It's Monday morning. I am not dressed in my normal business casual. Last night, to be transparent with you, my friends, at 4:30 in the morning, I went to go grab a cup of water off my bedstand and dumped water and ice over myself. That ruined my sleep. But here I am. It's Monday this week. I need to get the 6th Street project into permitting, so I got to figure out what we have to do to get us there. I have to meet with the architects. I need to finalize the video from last week. We started setting processes on that, and I've got to get the video course ready or scripted for how to sell a show. We are now thinking about doing an investing round on the brewery. I got to figure out what that means, and we got to keep both businesses, the software business and the video company, rolling forward.
Noise you couldn't quite locate or explain.
Les Films is a video production company that we've had around for 7 years. Typically we do videos for software companies. Here lately we've created shows for Lowe's Home Improvement and even Black & Decker. Sometimes we get interesting requests off of our contact page. I get the most random email submissions into Les Film. Apparently someone named Louie owns the town of Uranus in Missouri and wants to talk about doing funny videos for Uranus. Let's see what Louie has to say. How are you doing? Tell me about Uranus. Well, I heard chocolate from Uranus is delicious. Oh, there you go. Apparently, Uranus is actually a town in Missouri, and they want us to film some funny videos for them to help tourism on Route 66. It could be an interesting project. I'm up for weird stuff. I attend all the city commissioner meetings now because as a property owner in our historic downtown, I need to understand how the city commissioners are voting. My real estate projects have to go through city commissioner votes to be accepted. And so I need to understand how they vote and how our city spends money. One of my tasks this week is to find a logo designer to design us a logo for the brewery. My business partner, Tim Whaler in the brewery, and I have kind of landed on the name Oddfellows. It's actually an old historical society similar to the Freemasons, and so Oddfellows Public House is sort of the name we're kind of landing on. I want to find someone who can do not just logos, because I can put together a logo. We need to find someone who can do illustrative lettering, which is a certain skill that I don't have. So the way I do that is I go through Dribble, I type in the word historic, and I basically go through Dribble, you know, popping tabs of designers that I like for certain reasons, that have logos that have a similar tone that I like. I like this. This seems historic to me. Typically, if you find designers that have this many followers, they're going to be too expensive. I'm not looking for the lowest cost person, but I'm looking for someone who responds to me, who seems excited about the project, and I'll contact 30 or 40 people. Half of them will be busy. The other half will be too expensive, and I may find 2 or 3 out of 30 people who can find time to work with me, who have a budget that I can get done. So that's how I find designers of skill sets that I don't have. Every downtown revitalization story I've heard of usually involves a citizen group who kind of bands together and positively supports change in their area. This is Robert Barnes, and he represents a group called Panama City Growing Strong. They're a group of citizens who are here to support local incremental growth in our town. They're an awesome group of positive people, and I enjoyed meeting with Robert and showing him our projects. One afternoon, we actually had a surprise visitor. It was the former owner of our building that we currently live in, Anita Siegler, and her husband, Norman. Anita's father bought our 4th Street building in 1945 when she was 5 years old, and he turned that building into a record store. Later, that record store turned into an appliance center where they sold TVs, they did radio repair, and they sold washing machines and dryers. It was great hearing Anita's stories because she really grew up in these buildings. In the past 11 years writing software, I've met a ton of people, and I love reconnecting with old friends. This is a good friend named Ben Levi. He started a company called Code Camp in Australia. Code Camp has built a platform for kids to learn how to code. They can do this through a teacher, or Code Camp can provide a summer camp-like experience for middle schoolers.
So basically, we really become the content provider and the support member of the after-school program rather than the actual end-to-end delivery, where it's very much game making, drag and drop, really all about teaching the kids the logic behind the code.
Yeah.
We've really made it very easy.
It's super cool, and I love reconnecting with friends. Our 4th Street project, which will eventually be our brewery, is actually in the demolition phase. We have demo permits, and Aaron is knocking the old plaster off of these brick walls. The plaster is from the 1930s, and it was really amazing watching the plaster come off these walls, and you could actually see that there were window holes there. Our 4th Street building was actually infill. It's really fun watching these buildings sort of get torn back to their original state. This is downtown Panama City, and my family has owned property downtown for about 80 years. We own a block of land right here that my grandfather started buying up in the 50s. My dad actually grew up in this building right here. My uncle owns this corner, and my dad owns the rest of this block. It's about 7 acres in total. And my dad is really excited about helping downtown. And this is a large block of land, so we've hired an architect to draw out what they call a cottage community, which are small houses, 400 to 700 square feet, laid in a pattern to create a little community. There'll be mixed-use buildings where there'll be maybe a coffee shop and a laundromat. This is housing that people in the workforce can afford, like nurses and teachers. It's really exciting to plan something that hopefully my children and grandchildren will inherit. It's been fun working on this project with my dad, and we're excited to bring more housing options into our downtown. Bookkeeping. All right, so bookkeeping, which is a thing that everyone hates. I need a bookkeeping product that doesn't charge me an arm and a leg per business, because I basically have like 5 businesses now, 5 different LLCs. The product that I'm currently using is Wave Accounting. I'm not paid to endorse them. I'm not getting any deals. I think it has one of the better interfaces in the accounting app industry, and it has payroll as well. It's not a perfect product, but that's currently what I use. Yesterday, I was able to knock out bookkeeping for one of our real estate businesses in about 2.5 hours. And so it's just simply going through categorizing expenses. Wave Accounting is what I'm currently using. Not a perfect product, but it's a good product. Oh shit. Hello. Okay. This week was one of those weeks I felt like I got nothing accomplished besides just meetings, phone calls, emails, but the week's over. That's right.
Noise you couldn't quite locate or